Well, we are on our way to Florida. Got our room booked for quite a while at the Woof Inn. We're having to make several unnecessary stops on the way. Yeah. Yeah.
I was driving in yesterday. I saw 2 bald eagles in a tree just right outside the park.
Well, we just arrived at the Florida Flywheelers. And we're fixing to cart some stuff back to sell at the van, and I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. This is my first trip down here. So we're gonna set up over here. It looks like Josie's already got started, and Darla's keeping cool here. Keith went ahead and brought my little mini Mite Muller down with him. I'll be taking that back with me. Looks like it's in good shape. Between what I brought and what Keith brought, we are at the ye old machine shop right over here.
This guy's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lathe there. Never heard of it. Come on, Darla. Darla, I'm finding out she likes to smoke dope.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we had some dope smokers at the Woof Inn, and she kept wanting to go back out there with them, and she got away from us back when we went to Virginia, and she ended up at somebody's house, and they were having a weed party out there in their front yard.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
See who she hangs out with.
Yeah. She's a stoner. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Road Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Mad Max.
I think he cranks it up and runs it. And rides around on it.
Run into Mr. Pete 222, and he and his wife both have matching Tubal Cain shirts. But how long are you going to be down here?
Oh, for another day or two. Thank you for watching. I hope you watch my channel, and I know you've been watching Clark's.
If they're watching this, I know they're watching yours.
And I watch every one of Clark's, and I really like Foundry work. I don't like to do the heavy work anymore.
I don't either.
It's a little bit beyond me. And you have a wife that helped. I saw her putting lights up.
Yeah.
Or ceiling or something.
Insulation.
Installation.
Yeah.
Putting up.
Yep, she was putting the insulation.
I got to show that to Jeanette and get her to do that.
No, you leave her alone. She can cook a lot better than I can.
All right, guys, we're fixing to hang it up and go eat.
All right.
Got my buddy Mike Wiggins here.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I'm running into all my friends here.
There's Keith Wiggins.
And of course, yeah, I got Keith in the earlier videos. He needs no introduction at all, does he? But anyway, as I said, we're fixing to go eat. Just like Mr. Pete, this guy need no introduction.
Hey, where's your clown mask?
But if you're still lost, this is Keith Fenner.
Hey?
So it's great to see you out here.
Yeah, no, and it's great to be at another joining with the rest of the group and everybody that could make it down here. It's really great.
How long did it take you to get here?
Oh, well, we started February 1st.
I know. Didn't take me that long.
Yeah. Yeah, we were riding bikes. But we had a few stops on the way to get here. So, and actually, we've gone all the way around and then come back here for the middle of Florida, which is a lot different than the coastline all the way around.
Yeah.
And so it's actually to see the amount of Florida on this trip and have the freedom that I have for this trip is just phenomenal. And
this is my video, Jim.
It off.
And Adam's behind us.
Don't worry about what he has to say. We just want video.
It's looking like a military operation.
All right, I charge for this footage.
I guess I got it.
Cut.
This is Jim Bollinger, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Look, that's Keith Benner.
And we got Adam Booth.
That's me.
I didn't get a chance to introduce you, but yes, here's Adam. Everybody knows Adam as well. So.
I'm here, and I've got some shrimp cooked for everybody.
And I'm waiting.
You ready? You ready?
I am.
I'm ready
starving.
to eat, too.
Been thinking about it the whole week.
Oh, well, we got it going on.
Got a video of this before it's all gone.
You better hurry.
Well, while I'm down here in Florida, Ted Hyde, I want you to meet him.
Hello, Internet.
He asked me about a month ago if I would be interested in a wax injector. Just so happens, yes, I am. Him and his wife Ingrid, they were kind enough to bring it to me. This is it, and it just so happens I've got a mold waiting to be wax injected. Up to this time, I didn't really know how I was going to do this. I'm anxious to get some more wax in it, and it did. He's got some here, along with the other nozzles. And the way this works, you plug this up in the air line, you hit the pedal here. After this preheats, after the wax, this is the wax pot right here, and the pressurized air goes in. Your temperature adjustment is right here. You push down on this to seal it to the mold, you hit the pedal, and it injects the wax directly into the mold. So I'm super excited about this, and Ted, I can't thank you again.
You're quite welcome. Go and do good home.
I will definitely put it to use once I figure it out.
Come on.
I know. You miss me, Darla? We are at the Horse and Hound, and Darla's able to join us for dinner. What part of Florida is this? Osceola. How is it? It was a good hamburger. Took us forever to get it, but it was good. Guys, I'm at Santa Rosa Beach. I'm on my way back from the Florida Flywheelers, and I'm with a friend. His name is John Terry. John is also doing Foundry work, and he's got this one project we're going to be working on. What do you call it? What's the piece we're going to make?
Grind a rail for a Newman planer.
Okay. And this one's going to be a trick. It's going to be a job. We're going to be using a sodium silicate mold because he's going to be transporting this to an iron foundry to fill it. But anyway, I'll shoot some little clips here and there of what we're doing as we go through the process. Now we're weighing out the sand, and looks like we're going to use 120 pounds on this first side. We're going to have a little more than that on the second one. Here John is injecting CO2 gas into the drag section. We've already got that rammed up, and we ended up having to pierce the sand manually with like an ice pick first, and then push this down in there to gas it better. And for the most part, we did a pretty good job. We're vacuuming the loose sand out here. But we did have a few soft spots we ended up having to patch. You're going to see that here shortly. Then after we cleaned that out, we put the pattern back in, molded some more sand. John built this muller, by the way. He did an excellent job on it. It'll handle quite a load. And you see these exothermic extended risers we placed in the sand for the cope, and we probably could have got away with 2 of them, but we decided to add 3. Here's Darla, and John was kind enough to put us up in an upstairs apartment to the shop. It's I kind of ruined the surprise. I was going to open the door and let you see where we were, but I want to thank John for that. We slept great, and you'll see the view here in just a second. Now I'm going to focus on the machine that this part is going to go on here in a second, and I'll point it out. It's this machine right here. Well, it's the next morning. Well, we stopped this morning, didn't we? It was about 2.
Yeah.
And getting hard. We gas it. We've got to do a lot of carving out, and we're fixing to separate it now, hopefully. And
keep your YouTube fingers crossed.
yeah. Yeah.
No problem. You want to go a little straighter? Yeah.
Let's just lay it over.
We got a problem. That's what I was worried about.
Yep.
It ain't cured.
No.
Think we can fix that?
We're digging the area out that we're going to come back and patch. And John went and got a drill. We're going to go ahead and punch through because it's hard up here on the crust, on the top surface here. So we're going to have to punch through that with a drill, and then that's going to be our access hole. We're going to put this back together. We're going to head. This is still soft here, so we're going to gas that and harden it, and then we're going to ram some new sodium silicate through the hole and seal that up. All right, guys, we chopped a hole from the back side where the damage was and broke out here, if I didn't get it on video, and we just tunneled up through here and made an access hole right here and right here. And from there, we rammed more sodium silicate down in there after we put everything back together with a pattern in there. You can kind of see it through the risers here. And the best way to do this, we've decided, is to turn it upside down. There's less places to catch sand and possibly create a bind and crumble any of the mold if we do this upside down. So it's a lot of added back breaking work, but it's working. I think this will work a lot better than the way we tried it earlier. All right, so we just separated it. The drag is back over there. This is in the cope. Fixing to try to pull this out and not destroy it. You can see where we ram the patch from the top side.
This way, and maybe it'll go both.
Evenly distribute it. Yeah. Well, guys, we did it.
Well, thank you. What do I
So
owe
far,
you?
I don't know what you got. Man, that looks I think you're gonna be in good shape. You ain't gonna have a flask left when they get through with it, but. Well, guys, I had to leave after that. This is the next day. John ran the mold up to his neighboring foundry for them to pour. Here you see them pouring into a ladle from an induction furnace, and they're inoculating it right here as they fill that. And from here, they're going to cover the ladle with a ceramic fiber blanket to help hold the heat in. John had an interesting ride back, by the way. He was telling me that the flask caught on fire in the back of his truck after the wind picked up speed going down the highway. And a fire truck was even called in, but luckily he didn't damage his truck. Because John was in a hurry to get this back to his shop and get it on the grinder, he didn't want to drop it off and then come back the next day to get it. So that was one of the reasons the thing was so hot. But he did give it several hours to cool down to a certain degree. Now what you're looking at right here, they're pouring some other customers' molds. We didn't make any of these up, of course. And you can kind of gauge by how big these are when you see the way they steam off. We'll be coming up on our mold here shortly, and you'll one of the main things we were worried about was they hit the hole right the first time and keep that pouring basin full. As I always preach, I do the same. You don't want to aspirate or anything like that in the mold. And I informed John once they do that, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and top off the risers, add a little more to the top of that, and then you're going to see them adding some hot topping. Now these hot toppings generate much more heat than the riser can produce to help keep that molten iron in the riser hotter longer, to help fill that casing as it's steadily cooling down, shrinking and drawing iron from that source. When I saw this video, I was very impressed with this crew. They seem to be doing everything exactly the way I would. They are keeping it down low, keeping the stream low, and trying to keep that basin full. Here they are pouring our mold, and I am relieved that we did not choke off. If we had choked off there, we would have been in trouble. But everything seems to steadily be going down the mold, and as you'll see in a second, the risers are going to start turning red as they fill up. And this is the casting after John got it home and deflasked it and sanded or ground all the sand off of it. Turned out looking really good. And here he is getting it all set up on the grinder, and he's going to go ahead and grind that flatness in. Well, John sent me this photo after he finished grinding it in. It looks great. I will see if I can't get him, if I don't go down there at some point soon, to do a video of this machine that this rail fits on. And I should have done that while I was down there, guys, but we were so raced for time. I got there late that night, and then we stayed up probably till 2 in the morning working on that mold. Got up around 8 in the morning and then got back on it, and I think it was close to 2 o'clock that afternoon when we finally were satisfied with what we had. But I would like to show you more footage of what this part does for the machine. Darla's first trip to the beach. Come on, girl. Come on, Darla, get your feet wet. Come on. While John and I were making the mold, my wife was doing a little window shopping down in the industrial complex near where he works, and there was some granite and marble suppliers. Well, she checked it out, and she started getting the idea that she wants her a new bathroom counter for the sink. And but the prices were just a little too high for what we wanted to pay. And I thought we were going to just keep going and not worry about it until we got to this place near the Destin area. And I will say their prices are right. The customer service is great. If you are in the market for a granite or marble countertop, I highly recommend you talk to this guy. His name is Chris McMillan, and see what he can do for you. He is in the Destin area.
Perfectly closed. Yum.
This is a Sioux inline grinder, and Donnie Terry pointed out to me that this is a bench wheel. I'm glad he did. He said that he's going to send me a Sooner reinforced wheel for this. So I'm not going to play with this anymore until I get the right wheel on here. If you're not familiar with centrifugal force and the damage it can do, it's I've had a few wheels over the years come apart on me. Usually it's cut-off wheels, and they can be very dangerous. This, if you notice, does not have a guard. I'm going to see if I can't find one. If I can, I'll fabricate one. May even cast one that'll clamp onto that hub. And yeah, that'd be a good project for an upcoming video, wouldn't it? Might get some of my pattern making buddies to come up with something for it. Notice that this has a toggle switch. It stays on until you cut it off. So there's no trigger on this that you can quickly release and the thing starts spooling down and stop. So if you ever get the opportunity to get your hands on one of these and you're anxious to plug it into an outlet and test it, notice that the wheel sets on the table. If you happen to find the nearest outlet and a table surface to set this on, double check this and make sure that's in the off position. especially if there's 11 people standing around that outlet, particularly Keith Rucker to your left, and let's say Mr. Pete's wife is to my right, your right. Yeah, make sure that thing's turned off before you plug it in, as with any power tool. But anyway, that's my find from the Florida Flywheeler. I found a lot of stuff, including some hit and miss engines I would have loved to get my hands on, but I can't justify spending any kind of money like that at this time when we have other priorities to take care of. Even though I was there for 2 days at the Flywheelers, I didn't get but a fraction of the video of the stuff that was there, and I could kick myself. I wanted to go to the places like the blacksmith shop, the stationary engines that are set up indoors. I didn't get to see any of that. But I did get to enjoy meeting a lot of subscribers that were there, and you know, there for a second I was getting a big head, and then I realized they were there to see Darla. But it was an honor to get to meet you guys that I did see. We are going to try to do this again next year, and the drive, it was a 10-hour drive, and when you've got a wife and a dog, it's going to take a little longer than that, like 20 hours. But it was, we had a fun trip. And to top it off, I was able to give you a pretty decent molding video. We were in a race for time to finish that up. But my friend John is very happy with what we did, so that's all that matters. All right, guys, I hope y'all will take care, and I'll see you at the next video whenever that comes. Well, guys, John Terry was able to send me some last-minute pics as I'm tying this video up for tomorrow. And this is the machine that the grinding rails go on. And this is a planer. And you got a helical cutter that's in there. He's already gotten as far as scraping this in. He's ready to mount it. The picture here is prior to scraping, I believe, where he just finished grinding it in. And this picture here is of the helical cutter. Now, this helical cutter telescopes in and out of the machine. When you get ready to, when it needs to be sharpened, this slides out parallel to the rails, and this grinder attachment slides over it and grinds everything back in, you know, to resharpen it. Pretty clever setup. But anyway, I want to thank John for these pics. As I said earlier, I did not take any real good pictures of what this casting was going to be going on. Well, now I have this to plug in here. So anyway, that's the final bit of the video, and I hope y'all have a good day. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.